So bring your attention inward. Be aware of the stillness in your body. When you are aware of the stillness in your body, the mind which is not still, it helps to be still, it helps to calm and connect. When you lose the awareness of the stillness in your body, that stillness of the body no longer supports the mind to be calm. So clearly be connected to that stillness, not lose the connection to that stillness. If when you do be aware you're lost or you're losing, reconnect and continue. Now gradually listen to the silence, feel the silence, connect with that silence. When you're hearing it, when you're connecting with it, it helps the mind to be quiet. When you lose the connection to that silence, the silence stops supporting your mind to be quiet. Therefore, maintain connection to that silence. Feel a rest in that silence. Feel a deep sense of peace in that silence. Now be aware of the spaciousness of your heart, your mind. Like a clear sky in the desert. Be aware, maintain that awareness. It helps your mind to recognize the openness. It helps the mind to open. When you lose the awareness of that spaciousness, it stops helping. So continuously be aware of the spaciousness of your mind. Rest in that openness. Be aware of unbounded space within oneself. Be aware of the being present in that unbounded space. Be aware of the warmth in that union of space and awareness. As you're aware of that space, just feeling completely open, like a boundless sky. That unbounded space is the Dharmakaya. That present and awareness is the Sambhogakaya. That warmth and bliss in that union is the Nirmanakaya. Realize the Trikaya, its presence right now in you this moment. Feel the blessing. We are blessed. Be aware of all the people around the world who are meditating this moment with us. We are all connected to each other, and we are supporting each other this moment in our practice. Be aware of that. You are not alone in this process, in this meditation. You are connected, you are supported. Feel that. Just for once again, for a moment, be aware of this experience of space, sacred space. Be aware of this experience of light, the awareness. Be aware of this experience of warmth and this bliss. The inner refuge. Now, gradually trying to bring into a conscious, into awareness, blockages in your body or pain in your body or particular sickness in your body or illness in your body. Wherever you have or wherever you feel you need the healing in your body, gradually journey toward the direction in that body, like in your heart. Go right in the center of the heart, your sense of your heart. Or wherever that location might be. And be aware of that space, a sacred space, unconditional space, the space which allows, the space which moves, the space which gives the birth to healing, the space which allows the change. Just feel that sense of sacred space right in that center of that pain or block. Or if it's an emotion or fear, such as fear, right? Go in the center of that fear and gradually feel a presence of that space in that fear. The more you feel space, the less you'll be feeling fear. The more you feel the space, the less you'll be feeling the pain. Feel the space in the center of that pain, that location, that emotion. Continue. Feel, as you are aware of the space, just feel the power of that space, its healing, opening that blockages, that pain, healing that sickness. Now gradually bring sense of present and awareness, the quality of the second refuge, a presence of light, a presence of awareness, right in the center of that block, that pain, that disease. A presence of your awareness, it's like presence of light. The awareness is light. When presence of awareness is there, that vibration, that wind of that awareness, it's like a light pervading through those area and healing with that light. Let's continue. Third refuge, or the third medicine, a quality and experience of warmth, awareness of warmth. And gradually bring this awareness of warmth in the center of that area, in that illness or in that fear, emotion, whatever you're trying to heal, bring right in the center of that. The touch of that warmth, that wind, it's healing, unblocking, clearing. Trust that. Bring the awareness of the warmth right in the center of there. Continue. Just all together, feel the space, feel the presence of light, of awareness, feel the presence of warmth, of the bliss, all three a medicine in the center of that location, that illness, that pain. and feel the healing is happening. Okay. So one, like this sense of when one enters into the nature of mind, experiencing that sacred space and experiencing that light, the awareness, and experiencing that warmth. Is it possible that this experience can be, transmitted to something, or it to bring somewhere else? Like this is the attitude. In this practice is what we're trying to do. It's first we are trying to calm down our mind for a few steps by connecting with the stillness of the body, silence of the speech, spaciousness of the mind. We're trying to calm down our mind. Through calming down our mind, we are trying to connect with the inner refuge, that trikaya, that space, that awareness, and that warmth. Once we feel the connection to that, or connection strong enough, then we're trying to bring that experience of space to area of the body. So it's like a kind of, in a way, like a bringing somewhere, right? That you're trying to bring somewhere that experience, or you're trying to not bring somewhere, you're trying to discover that quality somewhere. So I mean, that's kind of, it's like a very much like our personal experiences. In a way, you don't bring anywhere anything. It's always there, right? So some sense, in a progression, we feel like we are bringing something somewhere. We are feeling something is changing from one position to another position. In essence, somehow it's always there, always the same. That to realize that is the realization. So, but anyway, the point here is this sense of bringing there. I think it's okay to have, if that's how making more sense, or it's like more like a journeying, your consciousness journeying in that location in your body where the pain is, where the illness is, where the blockages are, going right in the center of that, your consciousness going right in the center of that, and then once you feel your presence there, and then there you're trying to discover the same thing what you discovered before. You're trying to experience the space. When you're trying to experience the space, so basically awareness of the space, then there is wind of that awareness. Awareness of that awareness, then there is a wind of that awareness. Awareness of the warmth or the bliss, then there is a wind of that bliss of the warmth. So these three winds, a wind of space, the wind of awareness, the wind of warmth, have more stronger power to heal or change something, because the wind it's much more stronger. When people say something like I feel it, energetically I feel it, rather than mind, it's a state of awareness. It's not just a state of awareness, it's much more movement oriented. It's more wind, so basically it's more energy. So in this process, this is what's happening. You are going there and you're trying to discover the nature of that place or nature of the observer, which is nothing more than just pure space. So the moment you discover that sense of pure space, then there is a wind with it. There's basically some sense of movements are there in that awareness, that those awareness and that wind together is shifting some energy there. So idea of healing those areas is that awareness and that wind is shifting something there. You're feeling more and more and more open. Now we can think about what kind of things are opening. We can think about like actual physical blockages. We can think about more like energetic blockages in which the wind plays important role, or more like a mental, psychological, emotional blockages in which the awareness plays more important role. So these awareness, these wind playing role to unblock those things. When something's unblocked, it releases a lot of things. It releases maybe the disease itself. It releases what makes that disease. It releases, in a way you can believe also, like a possessor, what we call nedak. Nedak means a possessor of that disease. So somehow, if you go to that direction, then there is a spirit, or there is a being, entity, whatever is, there is something kind of holding it together. So when deep sense of identity is released, which is causing those problems, there might be some kind of a spirit also release because of releasing of that identity. And then sometimes people say, oh, I dreamt about like image of snake going out, or image of some another being leaving that location, or image of bleeding, for example. So they say images like that. They say when you dream something like a bleeding something, they say your disease is leaving. When you dream something like a spirit, some beings are leaving those places, the possessor of the disease is leaving. Or here in this case, just maybe you're feeling some energy is releasing or something, or you're feeling some sense of more space. So basically, the core power, or the center of these practices, the core power is the wind which is related with that space, the wind which is related with that awareness, the wind which is related with that warmth. And when the awareness is there, these three qualities are present. So that's what the way the healing is taking place. Then one can also look, if you look at, for example, whatever you're working on, if you're working on particular illness or particular blockages or particular emotion, if you look at it closely, See where does this emotion is coming from, where does this blockage is coming from. It just does not come like that. It just did not happen like yesterday night or this morning during the breakfast or something like that. It has been there some period of time, accumulating it. So you have to see what causing it. That makes sense? So just for a moment, once again, sit comfortably. Just for a moment, once again, let go of all the thoughts. All the experiences, let go. Simply rest. Not even trying to rest. Be aware of that restfulness in this moment in you. Now gradually bring your attention to that location where you feel some illness, some blockages, some pain. Bring the awareness of sacred space the inner refuge. So the more you are aware of that space in that location, feeling that wind, that energy, clearing blockages with that awareness of the sacred space. Allow to clear, allow to open. By simply bringing the awareness of that sacred space in that location. Same way, bring your awareness, presence of that awareness in that location. That awareness is light. There is a wind related to that awareness. Moment it's there, it's activating, its presence is there, it's healing. The light is healing, that awareness is healing. Allow that. Finally, the awareness of the warmth, awareness of the bliss, the experience of that warmth, bring right in the center of that illness, that block. Just being aware of that space, light and warmth in that location. One last exercise. Just imagine and feel that you are giving a spacious, luminous, warm hug to that area, or your heart which is in pain, or part of body which is ill. You are giving a spacious, luminous, a warm hug. You're connecting, or you're touching, or you're holding, you're hugging in that way. Just imagine a parent who is desperate to help child who is not well, need a lot of help. A parent can look at the child face, where you see a lot of need, but if you look at the child face with that desperateness, with that sadness, with that helplessness, with that sense of blocked. Just imagine, how does the child feels seeing this eye looking at you with this helplessness? Not good. Or imagine a child who is, the parents is not looking at the child, but parents are being with the child, but the same intense energy. They're sitting next to with this sense of hopelessness. Sense of lost, sense of deep sadness. You can imagine that will not help and heal the child. Now imagine totally opposite. Child is in need, same way, but the parents are very strong, very open, very connected, a lot of warmth and love to the child, and the parents is looking at the child, and child is looking at the parents with that intense connection of openness, with so much hope, so much confidence, so much connection, so much loving, warm quality. The child is experiencing that gaze of the parent's eye in the children's body and through the children's eye. Imagine also the same way these parents are being with the child. This child have that kind of parents. What child is feeling? Feeling supported, feeling hope, feeling loved, feeling healing. So though your illness is like that child, your blockages are like that child, your inner fear is like that child, and you have to be good, strong parents. Only way to be a good, strong parent is to have a confidence of that space, confidence of that awareness, confidence of that warmth. That's what we pray. May I have the confidence of 3 refugees. Then only I can heal my child. Then only I can heal my illness. In these practices, the approach of giving a hug, spacious, luminous, warm hug, it's like a gaze of the parents to the children. Discovering that space, light and warmth in that location, it's like a parent sitting, being with the child. Both are right. Both are okay. As long as that quality is there in being, and that quality is there in transmitting or gazing or relating or connecting. And those quality are which heals. So for a moment of reflection, if you reflect your particularly specific things in your own cases, either it's illness or blockages or deep fear, isolation, loneliness, whatever it is, just reflect your own case. How long you have been accumulating it? Since when you started it? At least since when you started that you're conscious of it, that you started. Since when these things begin to affect not only mental but energetic and physical manifestation of those problems, such as illness, such as separation with somebody or from somebody. Just for a moment, be aware how it started. It also simply started because lack of space. There is no question that it started lack of space. There is no question it started lack of awareness and connection. There is no question it has started because of lack of that warmth. But do you recognize in your own specific cases? Reflect that. What kind of space was lacking? Space to exist, space to be different, space for change. You did not have those kind of spaces. We want it to be always same, not changing. When change happens, you cannot process. You're stuck, disappointed. As a result, you disconnect, isolate, separate, retrieve, creating a deep sense of sadness as a result. There is no warmth in that case. How long you have been living with sense of sadness, absence of warmth, warmth of being, a warmth of discovering new things, a warmth and joy of doing, a warmth and joy of curiosity for new things, warmth and joy for every aspect of life in the present and in the future. How long you have been living a week or absence of those warmths? And do you feel because of that some of the things what's happening now are caused by that? If you recognize that whatever these illness, blockages, pain in the body, in emotions, it was given birth because of lack of that space, awareness and warmth. It was able to continuously exist because of lack of that space, awareness and warmth. Now it can be healed because the presence of space, awareness and the warmth. But one might feel a little challenge to know what all these things means, but at least you have some clue. So one can pray saying, may I understand this profound body of knowledge in a simple way, may I have blessing to apply this profound body of knowledge in my own life for greater transformation. A single medicine. A single medicine for countless diseases. The awareness. The light, inner light. Okay. So maybe we can leave a little time for some questions. For here in our audience here or in Cyber Sangha. So everybody probably knows that we are here at Serenity Ridge Retreat Center for Lignature in Virginia. We are doing our spring retreat here with a wonderful group of people, and so I'll open up some questions here and there. How's it going?
Well, it's going fine. We have people from Europe, Russia, all over North America, about 315 people now.
Okay.
Been very quiet.
Very quiet? Okay. That's good.
We have a couple of questions that just came in. Jean from France says, can chanting or the vibration of the warrior syllable corresponding to the place of the suffering, along with the use of space, awareness, and warmth, increase the healing effect? So using a warrior syllable in the specific location corresponding to that location.
So the question is, can the warrior seed syllable, which, like for example, like a Om Hum, which is representing the space, awareness, and the warmth, reciting those during the practice in those locations, will this vibration of the sound will it increase more, right? Yeah. Yes. But also it depends, like I think those you are very familiar with the state of experiences of awareness, and then also familiar with the mantra, I think absolutely yes. But if you are not familiar, but if you are fighting with the mantras, probably not. People are not familiar with mantras and then trying to struggling, so then that it might interfere. But otherwise, yes.
Question here. There's many questions that are scrolling.
Okay, just pick some of the questions.
Yeah. One person asked, if one has a disease that is not in any particular place in the body, where do you focus your attention?
But how you know it's there?
No, maybe there's a blood disease, or maybe even...
So it's in the blood. So, yeah, in some sense, wherever sense, like basically, if you say I have something in my body, at least it's in your body. That's the location. Location can be very, very small, like a kind of particle, or location can be very, very big in a collective. A collective whole family could be one, trying to heal a collective family pain. So that is a location. It's in a sense of group. So in these cases, what we are trying to do is we more like really working with a physical pain or illness or something like that. And in the principle of way we work with this is the same. Like if you clearly know that, for example, in relationship with somebody, where you feel the need to become closer to somebody or closer with somebody, and you feel there is some sense of disconnectedness with somebody. So if you look at it clearly, what does that mean? First of all, there are reasons why you are not close to somebody is you're close. You're close. You're not open. You're not open maybe the way that person talks. You're not open the way this person does things. You're not open, whatever reason, you're not open to that person. So number one, you have to be open. What does the openness does? It allows you to connect. Awareness means the connection. It allows you to connect. Once you connect, then you feel the warmth. You cannot expect to feel the warmth in disconnectedness. And maybe some of you might be trying to do that. You say, where is the warmth? I don't know. I don't feel the warmth. Of course, you're not going to feel the warmth if not connected. So these quality, either it's in one person, it's a group, globally, location. It's from very simple, has a little place to big place. So you can think about whole body, like that's what usually we do, right? Yeah. Some sense when we feel like when we are not drawing attention to a specific location, we're trying to bring attention to the whole body. Yeah. Yes.
Someone has asked a question that you actually answered, I think, earlier today, but maybe you can elaborate. I felt the spot of pain moving, so I followed it. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm. So yes, the question is experiencing the spot of pain moving, or so some sense of something is moving. So I think it's completely okay. So if you allow it to move in that space, you allow you connect with that movement, you bring the warmth in that movement. It might, as we said this morning, that if you're trying to open your heart, you feel like it's moving through your throat chakra, or so some sense maybe that sense of the opening heart, opening your speech, so that that sense of flow, you can allow that if any word comes out, or you can say, that sense of movement coming through my hand, I feel like a little bit movement in my hand. It's okay to allow those movements. Yes, you can allow that, and just continuously bring that sense of awareness and warmth in those movements. Yeah. Okay. Anybody in our group here? You don't have to be serious here. If
not so much a question, just wanted to report back on an experience. I had my kidney taken out about 20 some odd years ago for a malignant tumor, and decided to work with that area. And so worked with it a lot yesterday, and previously had images of darkness and red and just icky bones and whatever. And so yesterday I was working with a light, and at one point when we were breathing into the area and then breathing out, I could image or felt that the blood was being released from the area and that sort of thing. And ended up the day with a lot of light or brightness and blue, and then this morning I got up to go to the bathroom really early in the morning, and opened up the door to feeling the presence of somebody in the hallway that was sort of sniffling and whimpering and dropping water, or water was coming off. And having spoken with Marcy a little bit, felt that maybe that was part of the releasing of whatever had caused my sickness. So thank you, Jay.
Sure. So this a wonderful experience in one of the audience here. That's all. Yeah. So as we spoke a little bit this morning, like the image of Ishewamo in the meditation, image of Ishewamo coming and helping to heal, image of this presence of somebody leaving. I think it's a very human thing. We feel somebody's presence exists, we feel somebody's bothering you, we feel somebody loves you, we feel somebody likes you. This presence of each other is a very human thing to feel, right? So I think, and clearly, when there is blockages, there is this possibility, some sense of spirit, some sense of entity, or some sense of energy, or some sense of your own projection, maybe even the sense of you, like identity, your identity, who is actually, in essence, that's what it is. Even though we might think, it's Ishewamo, it's somebody who's present there, in essence, probably that's what it is. That when disease is there, when some problems are there, blockage is there, it's not really somebody else. We think it's somebody else. You can call it somebody else. We can agree it's somebody else. We can say this is how it looks, collective vision of that person. We can do all those things, but it's in the deep inside, it's your own identity which has created that. Because there is sense of I who is projecting the world, creating the world it wants to create, and it also creates what kind of illness it wanted to create. So when that sense of I is released from there, you might feel demon is gone, you might feel some person is gone, you might feel your spirit is gone. You can call it many things, but in the end, that identity has gone. We call dangzi, like a demon of self-grasping demon. Right? That demon is gone. But it appears, looks like long teeth, long hair, I don't know, whichever images that you are used to, like how does demon supposed to look? If you live in an idea of a UFO, then it looks like a UFO. I don't know. If you're living in a forest, then bugs in the forest, or if you live in desert, the bug looks like something in the desert. It can look many different ways. In the end, some sense of you are being freed. So it frees that area of body of you. Yeah. So, yes, question? Question. Okay.
Is it possible to use these methods to help other people in our work, in our relationships?
So question is it possible to help other people with this method? Any healing practice can help other people. Any compassion can help other people. Any kindness can help other people. Yes, absolutely. But first, it's important to learn to help yourself. Because the idea, idea of calming one's mind from wandering, idea of discovering those three qualities inside, idea of able to, that it's not only like a frozen and sitting here. That's what it is. Like sometimes when, for example, openness, even the idea of helping somebody, that sometimes we feel like that. When you feel very open, then you feel like that openness does not just stays openness. Openness has some actions related with this openness. I wanted to help. I wanted to be a service. So because that's what openness is, because openness is able to let go of sense of self, which is very narrow located, and it's opening toward others. So that degree of openness, if genuinely there, sometimes it's not even trying to help. You're already helping. I mean, for example, in our life, it could be that, as we say, ripening my own being, may I benefit others, in the prayer. Ripening my own self, may I benefit others. It's very much true. When you feel that kind of ripening quality in you, whoever you're talking to, whoever you are with, whoever you are doing something with, whoever even you're looking at somebody's eye or something like that, or wherever you are present with somebody, I think you are impacting regardless. Because we are always interrelationship with somebody anyway. We always, we right now I'm talking, you're listening. We are interacting with each other. But if that sense of space is there, awareness there, warmth is there, we are affecting each other already without even trying to affect each other. But when that genuine sense of openness is not there, then the wanting to help becomes like a medical profession, so then sometime like I don't know, like all these companies, deep inside you truly don't know if they really wanted to help, or they wanted to help with the condition of making money. So that it's very different. In a genuine sense of help will be some point you have to let go of the self. I mean, I think that's where the really healing is coming. This is even in the practices itself, when we say when you really feel that sense of space, who you are, it just changes. The way you feel yourself, it changes. Some sense of selflessness is there in order to heal a sense of self. So yes, I mean, to make it short, yes, but I know sometimes these question of wanting to help other people, sometimes it gets complicated when people ask their question, because they wanted to immediately, like having half experience or half understanding. They're saying, okay, I'm going to help you, just sit right in front of you, I'm doing these 3 refuges and getting your pain away or something like that. Those way, no. Yes.
This is, you probably already answered this to a certain degree, but it's sort of a flip-flop of that question. Can someone else hold the space of inner refuge for me if I cannot find it in myself, and I feel sad or angry, or like the child you spoke of in your example?
Yes, absolutely. So the question is, can somebody else hold one person if one person is not able to be in the inner refuge? Exactly, the child. The example of the child is the good example. Child is lost, child is sad, child is needing parents. So what kind of parent is there? That's the more question, right? So the parent is there. That parent is like that space. The parent is that awareness. The parent is that warmth. That space means that confidence. That awareness means that a genuine connection. That warmth means that loving kindness is there. That parents, if holding the child, looking at the child, being next to the child, is impacting the child. Because we know that, we don't have to be a child. I mean, we can be adults. We can have another adult next to us who is holding those qualities. We feel immediately supported by that. They're just looking at you, you feel supported. They're just holding your hand, you feel supported. They're just sitting next to you quiet, you feel supported. But on the other hand, if you look at their face, you can see they have more fear than you have. And they are supposed to be helping you. And they're looking, okay, I'm going to help you, Do you think you're going to help? You say, no, please just go away, leave me alone here. Because they're not helping you. It's making you feel worse. So yes, you can hold somebody. And that's, I think, is that's exactly what you're trying to do with yourself. Because in a way, your illness is some sense of yourself, that pain is some aspect of yourself, the block is some aspect of yourself, that fear is one aspect of yourself, that loneliness is one aspect of yourself. So you are bigger awareness of who you are is helping some aspect of yourself who needs that support. That's what we're trying to do in the practice, no? Yeah. Yes.
Can abiding in the space prevent illness or harm?
So, can abiding in the space can prevent or
illness or harm?
Harm?
Yeah.
Yeah. Abiding in the space, it doesn't harm.
Can it prevent illness and can it prevent harm?
Yeah, absolutely. It can prevent and it can help the heal. Absolutely, yeah. It's like, for example, is in the doctrine teaching. If this is the space here, like this is the spacious awareness. This is the spacious awareness, and I'm drawing something here, like I just did. And what do you see here? What do you see? Did I leave any trace in this space? No, it's free. It doesn't leave any traces. When it doesn't leave any traces, you're free from the karma. You're free from that consequences of action. For us, most of the time, we don't write in the space, we write in the blackboard. It stays there. It's like that's how our accumulation of karma is. Every time any experiences happens, it stays there. Unfortunately, sometimes we can have a beautiful experience and so that was a great day. When we can do next? Now you're suffering. The great experience makes you suffer in the future. One day it was a great experience. Now it will be, I don't know how many days it will make you suffer. More days it will make you suffer than 1 day of fun. That's how because of the traces that we leave. If you don't leave traces, a fun is just a fun. Joy is just a joy. Action is just an action which arises there, appears there, stays there, dissolves there, it finishes there, nothing more. Free, you're free. You're free from good experience, you're free from the bad experience. So space doesn't allow us to affect as much. That's why in the practice of the dream yoga, when we talk awareness, when you cultivate more awareness, and even the action, what happens? Let's say you are in that space, and you're fully in that space. You're connected. You feel the warmth, and somebody comes right in front of you and says something not nice. Then, since you are in that so beautiful place, you look. You don't hear it very well, like what that bad thing is, or you maybe hear it doesn't bother you at all, because the space you are in. It's okay that even where you are did not allow that person to affect what the person said. In contrary, you might be in the bad space, blocked, fearful, isolation, and then somebody says, "Good morning, how are you?" You look at the person. And somebody's just saying good morning, why you have to look that way? Because they interrupt your sitting on a rotten karmic cushion. Okay, last one. Okay, 2 more, yeah. That's 1 more and one here. Yeah.
In a situation where you are filled with very strong pain, how is it possible to manage it? Very strong pain.
So the question is, when it's very strong, like physical pain probably, and how it's possible to manage. There is no pain which you cannot manage in the experiences of inner refuge. No. So of course it might be. It depends very much on individual to individual of your experiences. And I gave example of, when I dislocated my shoulder, right, shoulder, and go into the hospital, and they said if you wait for an hour, that person who will give the anesthesia to fix it back, or you can do it right now. I thought, okay, this is a great opportunity, This is the right place to experience. I said, no way, I don't want anybody to wait anybody, do it right here. So of course, I just went into the inner refuge. And if I said I don't feel pain at all, I'm lying. But it was so easy. It was so easy. So, and before, before I went to the hospital, before they did me anything, it was painful. I don't know how many of you have that experience. It's quite a pain. But absolutely, I think there is no such a pain cannot be hosted in that space. That you have to trust. When you say, this pain, I don't think so. I know you will say that. I know somebody might be saying that in the audience. But just for the sake of fun, you can say, this pain, it looks like it might not be possible, but maybe it is possible. Start with that thought and try to host in the inner refuge and tell me afterward. Okay? Okay, the last one.
Well, what I wanted to share was from this morning, my experience in the inner refuge, and the realization that every time I'm at a retreat, it's about the power of practice. Every time I'm at a retreat, I feel like I get an upgrade, and then I have assignment, and then I go home and I practice till the next retreat, and it's so joyful to be able to go deeper every time I'm here, and really experience. This morning, it was like experience. I came with a lot of different pains because I've been moving and doing a bunch of different things, and just to go into one, feel that dissolve in the awareness, and then to move on to the rest of whatever pains are going on, and then to move on to emotional and mental, and it was like everything just was kind of in place.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about the helping, which I also have that question, which I'd asked before too, but it feels like in my life, this practice has really supported me staying in the awareness. It's not my awareness, it's the awareness.
Mm-hmm.
And so after I do my own practice, it's natural, I think, to extend out and hold that awareness. So this morning I was conscious of holding awareness for the Sangha, and then I was thinking this afternoon about, oh yes, we're going to have global connection this afternoon. And anyway, it was really, really beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you for all the retreats and all the time it's taken, but the practice feels
Thank you.
sacred.
Yeah, so I think so maybe I'll just say a few words and then we'll finish. Is that for example, the sense of space. This moment, because of the technology, we are holding a different kind of space. We have I don't know how many countries, people from different countries. We are holding in some sense of cyber space. We are calling cyber Sangha, right? We are cyber sacred Sangha. So there's a space in which many people, all of us, we are held in that space. So any time when there's this huge unbounded space, but we are, each individually, we are trying to open whatever we need to open in our own life, little life that we have, trying to open toward that unbounded space. And every time we open, we have a great surprises. It's like a gift. It says, oh, I'm open. I'm open to what? I feel free. I'm open to what? I can let go of that thing. I'm open to what? I can let go of this thing. The sense of able to let go of things, it's such a great joy. Because we hold on things in our life all the time. We hold on things. Even the pain we hold on, even the disease we hold on. Whatever we hold on, when we don't have a space, we hold on. Whenever we feel space, it opens up another dimension. It gives another space for existing, another space to do things, another space for services, even different scale of service, opens up different boundary of services for helping others and experiencing yourself. Of course, helping others is just a manifestation. The most fun part is you feel that aspect in yourself. That's the more fun part. As a result, you do a lot of things because you do from that space. That's all. But experiencing that space in yourself is much more fun. And when you do something good for others, it's fun for others. But that space is always brings you in a different level. I think that is every retreat what we do in a way, like every retreat or different every year. That we hope that every year we do, that we feel a new space open us in ourselves, a new sense of me or new sense of you discover in yourself, and hope that sense of self is more confident, more fearless, more infinite sense of possibility, potentiality. It's there, and at the same time it's free. So that sense of freedom, I think it's a beautiful here. Okay. Thank you. Into that dedication. Yeah. We can do the both. Yeah.